Je m'appelle Dora from France. So yes, I went shopping. I have a baguette. I don't know why I'm going up. I have some chorizo. We have some fromage, some cheese. I bought the cheapest cheese. And then we bought another bottle of red wine. Now let me tell you something very funny. Actually, a couple of things funny. By the way, I'm Dora. Hi, how you going? G'day, mate. I'm Australian. Explorer Dora 80 means I want to explore 80 countries. So, yep, come on a little journey with me. I've just come to France for a wedding, and then tomorrow I'm off to country 62, which is going to be Luxembourg. Very excited to see Luxembourg. Need to book some accommodation. I forgot about that, but I'll do that later on. Probably after having a glass of French wine. But anyway, so it's a couple of things. So I did a live because I wanted to take you into the French grocery store. And I thought I was doing a live. I was talking to myself at least. And apparently a friend could type saying, in the chat saying, hi Dora, good to see you live, but I can't get into the live. And then when I went to upload the live, it didn't upload. So anyway, wasn't meant to be. It doesn't matter. We are going to use, I don't want to hold the phone. So we're just going to manipulate some things here. There we go. Oh, perfect. There we go. We're in my little hotel room. Let's have our little spread. Now I have this really cool little contraption. I just washed it. That's why it's but it all goes together. Right. It's very cool. I have no idea where I got it from, but it's just so cool. But that's it. And then you just go, it's like a Swiss Army knife, it does everything. Literally does everything. And then you can detach them. There's a knife here. Yay. See, it's quite handy. And funny, it has a corkscrew. Ah, shiz. It does have a corkscrew. There we go, it's a corkscrew. Now, funny story, just in a French little grocer store, little corner shop, looking to buy some French wine, because I'm in France, right? And looking, and realise that they actually are not screw tops. And I don't have a wine opener, but I do have a wine opener. Very funny. So I bought one with a screw top. I could have bought an actual proper size bottle of wine and I could have opened it up. Yeah. Anyway, hello, Kylie Ann. How you going? I'm Dora from Australia. I'm in France at the moment. And I'm just about to have some French snacks, should I say. I have a baguette. Oui, baguette. I don't know why I'm saying oui. Some fromage, some cheese, some chorizo. I don't think chorizo is probably French, but it's going to go on the baguette. I have some French wine that was left over from yesterday's picnic. And if you watched my live yesterday, you heard that I got a whole lot of free things to go with my baguette. What's left over is these two little tomatoes. So we're going to put that on our baguette too. We don't have a plate, but we have a table. That's all we need. Let's pour a glass first. So I'm just going to share this with you and tell you about my day. So we are drinking, if you'd like to know, we are drinking, and I cannot speak French, okay? Just putting it out there, okay? So my pronunciation is shit. Côtes du Rhône. No idea. I'm drinking this lovely red specimen. 2023. Ooh, wee wee. So let's just, oh, wait. Cheers. So we are in Lyon. We went to a wedding yesterday. That's why we're here. And my friends got married, and it was just an amazing day. So I started my France diaries, chapter 1. That was yesterday. Filmed at 1:30 a.m. after the wedding. I wasn't drunk. It was just I was high on life. I had the best day ever, and I wanted to share it with you. So I'm continuing that little experiment or a series, should I say, by doing a live. And yeah, France diaries, we're in France. And yeah, chapter 2. So chapter 2 entails having some snacks. Let me show you my snacks. Instead of my head, we have a baguette. Can't get much more snack than that. We have some cheese. Haven't established if that is actually French, but we're going to pretend it's French. We have some chorizo. Again, not established if that is actually French, but does it matter? We have 2 tomatoes. And we have some wine. And we did buy another bottle of wine just in case I do get thirsty. And this is a different one. This is 2022. Corberez? I have no idea. No idea. I can't speak French. I'll butcher it. So if you can speak French. Oh, hey, Jazz. Can you? Bonjour. Please, can you enlighten us? Actually, you can't. Oh, damn it. I can't. This is what I find frustrating about YouTube is that we can't add people. Like, I mean, wouldn't it be cool if I could just go click and add Jazz in so that Jazz and I can have a little conversation while I'm having my... Oh my God, Jazz, your brother lives in Lyon. I'll send you audio later. Okay, cool. So I'm leaving Lyon tomorrow. It'd be cool to meet him. Imagine that, I get to meet your brother instead of you. Look, I probably don't have time actually, to be honest, but put it out there. I'll send you a voice note actually. Yes, it has been, he's been living there for 40, oh really? Okay, cool. So I'm on the outskirts of Lyon in a place called Champagne Adore. Adore? Champagne Adore. Jazz, have you heard of that? It's literally on the outskirts of Lyon. It's literally 20 minutes down to Lyon. That's a little village, and it's so cute. It's so cute. I've been here for 3 days. Jazz, I want to show you my room. Yes, you know it. Oh, okay, cool. It's really cute. Look, everything. I did a live last night, and I was like, just saying how my day was just so amazing. Like everything. I'm walking down the road. Oh, look, it's a French, French letterbox. It's a French number plate. It's a French everything. I was just like loved it. Absolutely loved it. Like, I mean, this is so different to my reality in Australia. So like I am loving everything, right? So before I start opening all my stuff, let me show you my room. So I'm here for a wedding, and it was a good idea for me to stay near my friends so I could easily catch up with them. Makes sense, doesn't it? But I'm a backpacker at heart, so I did look at backpacker hostels, and there's nothing in Champagne Odeur. There's nothing there. I don't know how many hotels there is, but I'm staying in one of them, and it's actually worked out really well. So for the cost of backpacking, because it depends on where you stay backpacking, it depends on how much it costs, right? So in Australia, for example, backpacking can cost anywhere from about $60 to $80 for a dorm room. I was in Singapore in February. It cost $135, $140 per night for a backpacker dorm, which is, your bunk beds. But these are like they're pretty cool ones. They're like not capsules, you were kind of like, had a curtain down. So it's private. You can't lock it. You didn't share, you share a bathroom. That was like $135, right? And I stayed there 2 nights, right? Where I'm staying right now, I booked it in Australia. It cost me $120 Australian. So for 3 nights, it cost me €180. I think this is pretty cool. Hold on, that's expensive. Hold on. Backpacking. Yeah, no, yeah, completely. Singapore is very expensive. Very expensive. So let me just show you my room. It's a mess. I don't care. So this is what 120 Australian dollars buys you. Literally, this is my room, my mess, my backpack, crap everywhere, my shopping, my French snacks, and then I get my own little private shower. Now, check out the shower. This is so small, okay? Look at this. Look how small the shower is. Actually, Jazz, my mate Karen, we're all mates now, aren't we? Karen from New Zealand, she was doing a live about some YouTuber or Twitch or something, I don't even know what it is, but anyway, that she's been live streaming for 3.5 years, right? And she showers in her clothes. So I am going to show you this shower in my clothes. I'm not going to have a shower, obviously, but look how small this is, right? I'm in the shower, literally. It is so small. And the toilet is like side toilet kind of thing. Let's demonstrate. Because, I'm all about visual. So I have to sit on an angle. Sitting on an angle to go to the toilet. You're not like this. You sit here to make it fit. See, it's got an angle. But yeah, that's the bathroom. That's the shower. Oh, look, it works. Hey, Coach. God, I've got some people on today. Normally I just sit here and talk to myself. It's great. So I've got some friends. Hey, Coach. Hey, Jazz. Who else is here? Cool. So what do we think about our... Actually, Coach, this is actually really appropriate that you're online at the moment because we were talking about backpacking, right? And how you were like freaked out about staying in a backpacker hostel. And then how I said I like backpacking hostel because it's cheaper. But like I said, in Singapore, it was like $130 for a backpacker in a dorm room, right? Sharing with a whole lot of randoms and sharing a bathroom, right? So this room, Coach, costs 120 Australian dollars, which is probably about $80, $70, maybe $70 US. Got a bed, that's all I need. Shower, like I said, it might be small, but it works. Yeah, it's pretty easy. So, I should read the comments, shouldn't I? It is... Are you laughing about the shower? Yeah. Does anyone know what I was talking about? About some girl that does this. She's been doing live streaming for like 3.5 years. I've not personally watched it, but Karen was talking about it, and while she was talking about it, she was showing how she just live streamed everything, her whole life, and she showers in her clothes to talk to people. And then sometimes she will shower and not be on live. Sounds crazy. Yeah, Jazz is a backpacker at heart. Yeah, Leon is not cheap. Yeah, so this hotel room, yeah, for $120, yeah, like personally, it served a purpose because it's near the wedding that I was going to, and well, there's no backpacker hostels here. I mean, in Lyon, yes, but I'm like 20 minutes out. So that's what I chose not to, stay down there because it was easy to see my friends and commute into Lyon. So anyway, so today's live is literally, it's called France Diaries, Chapter 2, about what did I get up to today, okay? And I'm going to do that while I eat my or I assemble this thing, and I was just showing you this really cool thingamajiggy that I have. It's like a Swiss Army knife. It's not a Swiss Army knife, but it just is really cool. I've got to show you again. Okay. Because I think it's quite wacky, actually. So it just goes all back together. God, if I stab myself first. Put that back together. Okay, Jazz, so you did watch the live too. You knew about it, yeah. So I was, yeah, pretending to be her just then by, you know, getting in the shower and showing you exactly how small the shower is. So how cool is this, right? Jazz, have you seen anything like this before? So it all comes together and then it just all comes apart. And then you have a separate, like, a spoon. You have a knife. You have a knife. You have a fork. And, oh, yeah, bottle opener. So I was just saying that the bottle shop only had the normal bottles. It was a bottle opener one, and I didn't have a bottle opener, but apparently I do have a bottle opener. So that's why I bought one with a screw top. So anyway, this I haven't used on this trip yet. I mean, mind you, this is only my 3rd day. I'm only here on my holiday for 10 days. Yeah, obviously I was 2 weeks in Samoa, and I completely missed a message from one of my good girlfriends from Mexico who's been living in France for like the last 15 years, was getting married. And I was like, I can't go because it's on Saturday, and I just get back from Samoa on Tuesday. And then I just thought, you know what, fuck it. Literally, you know, I turned 50 2 weeks ago, or a week ago, or something like that. Yes, happy birthday. I turned 50 and I act like a 2-year-old. So yeah, I turned 50 and I thought, you know what? So many people say, like, when you hit 50, it goes to shit. And I think, you know what? If that's true, then fucking live your life. You know, like, and I think I live the life. You know, I live the life out of my life. So yeah, I am living my life. I'm like, look, it wasn't cheap to fly last minute. I mean, it wasn't overly hugely expensive. Okay, Jazz says, nope, 50 is amazing. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I mean, I don't believe what people are saying to me, but like a lot of my friends were like, oh my God, you know, we're falling apart at 50, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you know what? Think what you want. You feel, you know, like you feel how you feel. You know, if you think you're falling apart, well, you're going to fall apart. So you're as young as you feel, or the guy you're feeling. And Diego is 3 years younger than me. So I'm going with that, okay? So I am still 40. I think, how old is Diego? He's 46. Just saying, okay? So anyway, where am I going with this? I was telling you about my day, okay? And I was just showing you my tools, the tools of the trade. We are going to have our baguette, and you know, there's no fancy way of having a baguette. You just, Dora, you are just traveling all over. Love it. Yeah. Look, I am going to have to go home and then work my ass off because, you know, I have been traveling for 2 weeks and then 10 days. So, you know, you got to behave sometime. So then we are going to literally, I mean, I could use a knife, but where's the fun in that? So let's just, okay, it probably would have been prettier if I actually used a knife. But again, where's the fun in that, you know? Live dangerously, man. Baguette, open. Crumbs all over the table. It's okay. Have some more wine. French wine, okay? So, what we have to work with, we have some cheese, fromage, because, you know, I speak French, not. We have some chorizo, probably not French, probably Italian, but doesn't matter. We bought it in a French grocery store, so we are eating French, okay? And we have 2 tomatoes that if you go back and watch my live from last night, you established that I got these for free. So we're eating those ones too. And I need to stab my chorizo. So I need to tell you about my day, okay? So the French Diaries is about what I've been up to. Yum, French. I know. You know, it's so funny, right? My friends that got married, they're laughing, saying how they really like an Australian wine that's sold here, and it's sold all over the world. It's called Yellow Tail. I don't know. Do you know it? Yellow Tail. It's an Australian wine. You can get it in red and whites and all different things, but it's an export one. We export it. We hardly sell it in Australia, but it's apparently can be bought here. I haven't seen it personally. I went looking for it today, but I couldn't see it. But like, why would I come to France and buy an Australian wine? Like, really, come on. So anyway, we are just showing you. I bought this one yesterday. They're cute little bottles, like little half bottles. So I had a little picnic yesterday, and again, go watch my live from yesterday. It was fun. I had a picnic and I had a baguette, and yeah, I had a little picnic. And I did some painting, but anyway, I drank half of that, so I'm drinking the other half now. But I did buy another bottle just in case I was thirsty. Because, you know, you never know, you might be thirsty. But this cost me, for like a half bottle, it cost €4. Probably expensive, because the normal bottle of wine, I could get one for €6 French. But it had a bottle, I needed a bottle opener. I forgot that I actually had a bottle opener, but I'm sure I probably would have brought it back here and butchered it. So anyway, let's establish our sandwich, our baguette, sorry. We're going to put some chorizo, slap her on there. We are going to put some cheese. Let's see what's going on here. We're not going to try it. We're just going to, is that even which way that goes? Okay. There's no delicate way of doing this. Let's just do it like this. You can see me. Okay, we're just going to chuck that on there. Oh, I thought I could smell like a bit of ginger. Oh God, Jazz, no butter. I don't have butter. I don't have butter. I literally bought the basics. I don't have a fridge in this room, so pretty much I have to eat it, or, well, actually, I could go downstairs. There's this hotel. I don't think anyone's staying in here. I think there is the manager. He's staying upstairs. There is cameras downstairs, but I think I can go downstairs, and I'm just going to put it in the fridge, you know. I'm not going to steal anything. I'm just going to put it in the fridge. So, yeah. Anyway, we have got tomatoes that I got for free yesterday. And we're going to cut them in half because we're going to be civilized. Yesterday, I wasn't civilized. I just chucked them in the baguette and then bit into it, and it just exploded everywhere. That was pretty funny. All right. That's it. Done. Cheese. Tomato. Salami or chorizo baguette. Let's try this. Sorry, I should have some music playing now. So, thinking out loud now with a mouthful of baguette. Oh, that's not easy to swallow quickly. Probably not a really good idea to have a live while you're trying to eat a baguette. Baguettes are quite, you know, hard and to eat. But anyway, here we are. So anyway, let me tell you about my day, okay? So I haven't really been down to Lyon yet. As I said, I'm here for a wedding, but the wedding was last night. So today was my, like, you know, let's go see Lyon. So I walked down to my friend's. That was probably about 2Ks down the road. Everything's on the same road here. So I walked down 2Ks down the road, past all the, the chocolate shops, the bakeries, the grocers, the wine shops, and I'm just like, oh la la, everything I want to buy. So I went to my friend's, literally had a chocolate croissant that was left over from yesterday's fresh chocolate croissant. I'm not fussy. So that was nice. I had a cup of tea and had a bit of a chat about the wedding and all that kind of stuff, and that was great. So anyway, back to today. So, and then I caught the bus down to downtown. And look, I literally came here so fast that I didn't have an agenda. I don't know what Leon's about. I didn't Google it. I didn't YouTube it. I didn't Instagram it. I just know it's kind of like old style architecture. Yeah, so no expectations. And I love that about no expectations. And it kind of worked out really well for my day because I had no plan. I was just like literally choose your own adventure. So on the bus, I had been downtown like 2 days before because we went with my friend down there to meet up with the rest of the wedding party. So we went to the bit of the old town, but literally it was dark. We walked in there. I didn't see anything except the pub, okay? So I haven't been to the old town. So went down there, I got off the bus, and I probably got off maybe 2 or 3 stops before I was supposed to get off. I just thought, well, why not? I'm next to the river. I don't know what the name is. Sorage? Jazz. I think the river here in Leon is Sonage. Sona. I don't know. Anyway, there's a river, okay? It's very pretty. It's like a green tinge. It's actually quite nice, actually. So today is quite warm. It's actually, I'm a bit sunburnt. So it is obviously going in spring. We're going to summer here. And it was probably, I'd say, about 24 degrees. It was really quite warm. And yeah, it was lovely, actually. And so the water looked really inviting. There was lots of people running. It's Sunday here. They're running and, and they're bike riding. It was really nice to see. And that's my air conditioner, makes some noises. Okay, sorry, I'm going to attack my burger again. Oh, yeah, Sonage and Ron. Okay, yeah, thank you. I probably slaughtered that one. Sonage and the, oh my God, I can't even read this. And the road rivers. Okay, cool. So Jazz, how many times have you been to Leon? Many. Okay. So Jazz, just off topic. Sorry, I'm going to eat with a mouthful of food. So Jazz, when are you going to this silent retreat? Like, it should be any day, right? Tomorrow. Oh my God. Okay, this is exciting. Okay, cool. So how many days is it? Is it 7 or 10? Oh my God, is it 10 days that you're not going to be talking? 7 days. Okay, 7. Okay, that's better than 10. You can do that. You can do that. All right, well, I look forward to, so when you come out of jail, what day is that? What day do you come out? Because I fly out on the 2nd of June, a Monday. Yeah, so Jazz is doing a 7-day silent retreat. She is not going to be able to talk. She's going to be doing lots of yoga and meditation and lots of sitting on her ass, basically, and meditating. So I think it's great. I think you're going to have so much fun eating clean. You'll be back on the 1st. Okay, cool. All right. No, it's a 2nd. Okay, cool. I would have loved to have caught up with you. But as I said, this is like just literally I booked it a week ago when I was in Samoa, and just thought, fuck it, just go. Pay the consequences later. I worked for myself, so I was able to just, go, you know what? How holidays for 2 weeks? I'm having an extra 10 days off. And I guess that's the joys of working for yourself. You can actually do that. But if you work for an employer, well, you could get away with it, but, chances are they might say, no, you can't have an extra, 2 weeks or 1 week off. You had asked for 2, you've got to stay for 2. So anyway, sidetracked. Oh my God, sidetracked. Yes, absolutely. That's why I am about to leave work for 1 week now. Okay, perfect. Yeah. So I guess that's the upside of working for yourself, is that you can manipulate time, you can go wherever you want, whenever you want. But then, the other side of it is, there's pros and cons to everything, right? And if I have time off, I'm not getting paid. And I guess, that's what we're all going for, this digital world, because, we can get paid while we're not at home or working, so to speak. So anyway, what did I get up to today? Like I said, I literally had no agenda, no map. I had the map on my phone, just Google Maps. So I kind of knew exactly kind of whereabouts I was getting dropped off. So it was like I wasn't lost. I knew I was heading this way and, along the Shonage. So I walked across this nice bridge and it was nice. Took a photo. I love bridges, looking at the water, watching everyone run past and jogging. And you can look up at the, across the Sonage, and there's like an Eiffel Tower. It's apparently a communication center, but it looks kind of like the cousin of the Eiffel Tower, okay? Not the real one, okay? But it's up on this mountain thing. I'm like, oh, what's that? Again, I don't even know anything about it. And then there's like some like castle-y kind of thing, but apparently it's not a castle. I don't know. So anyway, I was like, wow, that looks pretty cool. So anyway, walking along, and the plan is tomorrow that I'm going to go to this old town, which is on that side. So I kind of thought, don't go discovering on that side, because you're going to do that tomorrow with your friend in the afternoon. So let's kind of go on this side of the Sonage. But anyway, I'm walking along across this bridge. It's a really, really cute bridge. And then we're like, okay, well, what's on this side? I have no idea. As I said, I didn't Google anything. I haven't even got my Lonely Planet. I love Lonely Planets. When I went to Samoa, I went to try to find a Lonely Planet for Samoa. I didn't have one. And when I didn't have time, didn't even look for a Lonely Planet for France or Luxembourg, because I just came. So anyway, I just went walking, literally, and then suddenly I see this massive big mural. So I know, Jazz, you might know it. I won't know the name of it, obviously, but it's literally like one street away from the Sonage, and they actually have like this massive big mural, and it's like a kind of like tiers of a house, and they've got these people painted, pictures painted on them of people. And then they have a code down the bottom where you find like the numbers, like that lady was number 3, and then they tell you her name. And so basically I was just Googling, like, yeah, that was number 5, and she was a socialite. I can't remember her name off the top of my head. She was a socialite, and then there was another guy who was a puppet maker. So anyway, that was kind of cute. And look, the mural was like massive. It was huge. So yeah, that was really cool. And then I thought, okay, we'll keep on walking up behind me. And then suddenly I was walking up these stairs, and they just kept on going. And there's all this cool stuff beside it. Like just quaint streets. Sunday, looks like a lot of things are closed on Sundays in Lyon. There was a few, there was a supermarket, so I dropped in and got a drink and, checked out, always check out. I love checking out like how much things cost, like, how much is a can of Coke? Because a can of Coke is pretty relative in every country. Well, not relative, but like, cans of Coke you can buy in every country, but the prices change. So it was €130 for a can of Coke, and it wasn't in a supermarket. It was like a corner shop, so that you'd expect to be a little bit more expensive. yeah, I was just checking out the wine, and just always I like checking out the different foods they have. They had lots of canned mushrooms, champignons. So that's obviously quite popular here. They even had, it was pretty gross, but they had canned like Cheerios. They didn't call it Cheerios, but like that's what we call them in Australia, little sausages. But they had canned ones. So that was, yeah, it was interesting. I was like, for a country that is, la-di-da with their food, I thought, yeah, canned little sausages. Okay, cool. I mean, hey, maybe they're really cool. Maybe they're really tasty. I mean, I should have bought some, and I could have put it on my baguette. That would be lovely. So let me stop for a second. I'll have a little sandwich again. This is a nice sandwich. Very nice sandwich. I'm quite impressed. So, yeah, we're walking up these stairs, and then we come to like an amphitheatre. So, kind of think not the Colosseum in Rome, but an amphitheatre that goes down, and yeah, it was like ruins. But this is really weird, right? There was kind of ruins around the side of it, and in the middle was, they had tables and chairs and like I guess a food truck or a drink truck. So obviously they have some kind of thing on a night time where they had lights set up on the amphitheatre, and then you obviously can sit there and have drinks, and they had a whole lot of portable toilets. So that was interesting, but it was just interesting to see like the ruins, so to speak. I, again, had no expectations, don't know anything about it, so it was kind of cool. Like, it was like Roman ruins, but they're not Roman, they're French ruins, so that's pretty cool. I've never seen any French ruins before, have I? Well, not amphitheatres, so that's a new thing for me. That was pretty cool. And so I'm walking kind of the side of this amphitheatre, and I see that everyone's in the parks today. It's a beautiful day, it's Sunday, a lot of people are off, so they're all having picnics and they're having wine and beer, and I could smell marijuana. Hey, they're having fun, okay? So I kind of spy to my right, a bunny rabbit. Like, what? I'm like, okay, the bunny rabbit's on a lead, and there's two French girls, I presume they're French, just sitting there, and they're holding the rabbit, and the rabbit's kind of like plopping along. So I couldn't help myself. I go say, bonjour, and I just start speaking English, basically. No, I did probably say bonjour, parlez-vous English. It's my favourite saying, parlez-vous English. Jazz has got nice, happy that you enjoyed your time in Lyon. Yeah, so anyway, I just start talking to these two girls, and she said that she found the rabbit in a park 3 months ago. So someone, obviously someone's just let the rabbit run free, like just abandoned the rabbit, which is kind of sad. So anyway, she found it and she's put it on a lead. I've never seen a rabbit on a lead before. That was pretty cool. So anyway, I had a little pat, and I can't remember its name, but had a bit of a chat and a little pat. So that was pretty cool. I was like, okay, a rabbit, cool. So I've had a bit of a wildlife day, okay, just saying that, okay, so that's going to keep on going, theme here. So anyway, then kept on walking up more stairs, and then there's just these views down over the Solange, the river, and then like just this the architecture you can see when you're walking up these stairs. It's like, it's so different to my home in Australia. Australia is just over 200 years old. We're not old. England, you've got like Oxford that's like old. You look at my buildings in Australia, they're like, 200 years old. You're like, we have buildings in Australia, in England that are like 3,000 years old or whatever. And, they're old. So Australia's not old. So like this Australian, every time I see something old, I'm like fascinated. Like I'm like a kid in a candy store. I'm just like, wow, these buildings are really cool. They're old. The houses are different, just so different. Like, I'm presuming they're quite old, some of these houses that I'm looking at. Yeah, so it was just, again, it's just so different to my reality in Australia. And that's what I love about travel, is that it's so different to our reality. So, yeah, so anyway, great views, kept on walking up, and I believe I got to a place called Crocs or something. Crocs. Oh, look, again, I'm filming on my phone, so I can't actually check stuff. Like I said, don't follow me for advice on going to Lyon. Just go there yourself and just walk the streets, because that's what I did. Like, basically, I was like, oh, well, let's just go this way and go this way. Anyway, so I've ended up in this really cool place, right? So I decided to go, I went up to the top and then I went right. And I end up at these stairs, and they're almost walking down these endless stairs. And I'm thinking to myself, bloody hell, like, imagine having to go up the stairs. Like, they were endless. So I get down to the bottom of these stairs and I look up, and they're painted. Like, so you look up and they've got some, like, just some swirls on the stairs. It just looked really nice. So anyway, that was really pretty. I quite possibly set up my camera to do, a little Dancing with Dora dance. That's what I do. Anyway, so now I'm at the bottom. I cross over the Salonge, whatever you want to call it. And then I end up at the park. Now, this park, I can't pronounce it because it's called Le Parc. Park, that's easy. P-A-R-C, park. Tutoing, I don't know. It starts with T. It's a park, and it's 17 hectares. It's massive. So apparently, it is like the Central Park of New York. It's the Central Park of Lyon, but it's massive. 17 hectares is huge. So you walk in, and these gates, they're massive, big, massive gates. They got like gold. Think like Buckingham Palace. Actually, you know what? They're nicer than Buckingham Palace, just saying. So they're, these big gates with gold all over it, not real gold. It looks just really impressive. And then there's this lake in the middle. And there is so many people at this park today. It's Mother's Day, apparently, in France. So happy Mother's Day, Jazz, because you are a mother and you are French. So happy Mother's Day, mate. And so, yeah, lots of people are out in the park today. It's nice to see. And everyone, like, so many people are running. I saw lots of people running, lots of people riding bikes. Again, it's free. Everything I did today was free. I didn't pay any money. I just walk the streets. And that's what I love, that, yes, Jazz, you are a star. I hope you got spoilt on Mother's Day today, mate. Okay. Yeah, so, sidetracked. So anyway, there's this lake in the middle, and there's people, you can hire boats, those boats that you can pedal with. I think they were €20. I videoed it, can't remember it off the top of my head. They have these little bikes with the little, like, they're double bikes. They're not bikes, they're like, fuck. Maybe the wine's gone to my head. They're like, they're bikes, but there's, someone biking behind you kind of thing. They've got electric ones, and they have just pedal pushers. So the pedal pushers were €20 for half an hour. No, $3. Oh, look, again, don't watch me for advice. Just go yourself. My theory is in travel is just go. If you watch things, if you look at things online, that's great. But seeing it with your own eyes is another thing. So I don't put a lot of expectations or a want to look at stuff like, like, for example, Luxembourg. I have not done any research on Luxembourg. I actually haven't booked any accommodation for Luxembourg. That's another thing I need to sort out. So, like, I am very much lastminute.com. And I like it that way because I have no expectations. And yes, it can bite me in the ass that I might not have any accommodation, because that has bit me in the ass before. Yep, tandem bicycles. Thank you, Jazz. But anyway, let's go back to this park. So this park, I'm looking at this park, And there's like a little island in the middle. I'm like, how are these people getting to this island? Like, are they rowing their boats over there, or they're not swimming? So anyway, apparently there's a tunnel. There's an underwater tunnel that you go to this island. Again, I've never done that before. That's pretty cool. So anyway, my friend who got married yesterday, Adriana, who is Mexican, but she's just married a French guy, said, where are you? And I said, okay, I'm at the park. She said, okay, I'll meet you there. So anyway, she turned up and said, let's go to this little island where you go under the tunnel. So we're walking past and I hear this like piano music and I'm like, oh, that's weird. And there's like a random piano, and apparently it's a piano that anyone can use. So basically, if you can, you're good at playing the piano, or you want, doesn't matter whether you're good or bad, just play the piano. So my friend said sometimes she comes past and, people aren't, very good at playing the piano, but this guy was really good. So we had a little listen for a little second, and then we walked under the ground, under the water basically, over to this little island. So yeah, that was cool, really cool. And the water was like green. It was beautiful actually. It was really picturesque. The trees are massive, and I wanted to know where all the trees were. And they have a little Japanese garden, and there's some rose gardens. Look, I didn't walk around the whole thing. Like 17 hectares is huge. I walked around a bit of it. And then we just sat in the grass and, had a chat. And while we were having a chat, we could hear the guy playing the piano, and he was playing the Titanic song, Celine Dion, like the, oh my God, what's the Celine Dion song? My Heart Will Go On. My Heart Will Go On. My heart will go on. Yeah, anyway, I could hear it playing in the background. It was really, really pretty. Like, here I am sitting with my girlfriend that, I hadn't seen for 13 years. And, this song, My Heart Will Go On is in the background. I'm in this massive park. It was really picturesque. It was really nice, actually, yeah. Hey, it's Miss Paula does retirement. So I love how we all know each other, like everyone's saying hello to. I think that's great. So like, I'm sorry if I'm not reading the chat, because I probably need my glasses to read the chat. So anyway, hey girl. So Miss Paula does retirement just did a live a little while ago. I was on her live listening to her talk about how she's going to start exercising on Tuesday. Is that right, Miss Paula? You're going to start exercising on Tuesday. And yeah, so I love how we're all doing lives. So I know Jazz, you do lots of lives. Karen, Coach Reen, you do lots of lives. Thank you. I was on your live a couple of weeks ago. That was fun. So Jazz, when I go back to Australia, I cannot wait to do a live with you, and let's just talk about backpacking. Okay. And Coach Reen, you have to listen to that, because I know you're like not falling for this, sleeping in a room with a whole lot of other randoms. But we can only try to convince you. But I'm sure between Jazz and me, we can convince you, Jazz, Coach, to maybe give it a crack. I don't think you will though. But anyway, we can try, okay? Maybe, actually, you know what, Chaz, because you have Stream or whatever the thing that you can invite more people on. How about it's me, you, and Coach, and we can gang up on you and just, talk about how cool backpacking is and how staying in a dorm room is so much fun. And then you can, Coach can probably retreat and go, yeah, like run away. Anyway, that'd be funny. That's just my personality. I'm being sarcastic because I know it's not for everyone. Backpacking is not for everyone. It really isn't. It definitely isn't. So anyway, let's keep on going back to my day. So Jazz, yeah, you want to do a live with Coach? Cool. So yeah, we're at the park, just chilling. And then we just decided, oh no, the animals, oh my God. So before my friend turned up, I'm walking around this park, right? Just a little bit. And they have these beautiful white swans, like massive swans. I'm talking, I don't know measurements. It's like big, half the size of me, okay? Half the size of me. It's huge. There's two of them, so mummy and daddy, and two little babies. Oh my God, little baby swans are so cute. And what's interesting is, like, I don't know, look, everyone has a different thing about animals, but my thing is leave animals in nature. Like, let's try to not feed them. I know kids want to feed them bread and all these things, but we shouldn't feed animals because, like, otherwise then they, rely on us humans and then they don't eat their actual proper diet and then they get sick and die. Okay, just saying. So I hate seeing people give bread to animals, especially ducks and chickens and swans and all that stuff, because bread is not good for animals. Bread's probably not even good for us, just saying, as I just eat some baguette. See you, Jazz. Have fun. I'm sorry, I'm eating my ass. And we'll catch you next week, and we can't wait to hear all about you, about not talking. So anyway, these swans were massive, little babies, protecting babies, and people are just walking past, and the swans are just sitting there. They don't care about people walking past, so they're quite you would say used to humans and humans feeding them. So then this guy comes up and starts feeding them bread, and then a duck comes up and starts trying to get some bread. The swan attacks the duck. It was just like, you saw this swan like open its wings up, and when they open their wings up, it's huge, and they're like, so that was interesting. It was very interesting. And then another place around the park, we saw little ducklings. I love little ducklings. So that was cute too. So anyway, that was nice. So I saw a bunny rabbit. I saw some white swans and little babies, some little ducklings. That's all I saw animal-wise today. But anyway, so then we went to the park. Pretty much then just got the bus back to my friend's house, where I'm staying, which is Champagne on Door. I'm not saying that right. I butchered it. I don't care. So just sat there around and had something to eat. And then I decided to walk back to my room, my hotel room, and bought some little snacks. So as I said, I bought a baguette, some chorizo, some cheese, and I had some tomato. So I just thought and some wine. So I thought I'd have my snack while I talk to you. Not easy to have your snack of baguette, because it's not easy to eat a baguette while you're talking. Definitely don't recommend it. But the wine's really nice, French wine. So anyway, I know I've got two people online. Anything you'd like to ask? So tomorrow, I'll talk about that. So tomorrow I am still in Lyon. I'm going to go for a walk with my friend's husband tomorrow. We're going to go up some hill or mountain potentially. It's quite steep. And apparently there's a good view up there. We can have coffee. I don't drink coffee, but we'll have tea. Hopefully there's a croissant. Chocolate croissant would be nice. And then my friend finishes work at 12:30, and we're going to go down to the old town, and we're going to go up to the communication centre, which looks like the Eiffel Tower, and we're going to take the funicular, which is like a train that goes up. So that'd be cool. So I'm really looking forward to tomorrow. It sounds like action packed, and no expectations. I'm not going to Google anything. And then tomorrow night I'm catching a bus. I'm catching a bus to Luxembourg. So it's an overnight bus. It's on at 10:30 at night, and I get there at 3:30 a.m. in the morning. I haven't booked any accommodation. I thought I'd be smart and book an overnight bus, because then I couldn't, not pay for accommodation because I'm traveling. But if I get in at 3:30, I'm probably going to have to want to stay somewhere. I mean, I might be able to sleep on the train, or the bus, should I say, but I doubt it. And it's only like 5 or 6 hours. I'll be dead tired anyway tomorrow, so I probably will sleep on the bus. So I'm probably going to have to book accommodation. I begrudgingly probably have to book accommodation. Anyway, can't guarantee it because I'm a cheap ass. But yeah, so I'm going to Google tonight when I get off the phone, places to stay in Luxembourg. No idea where I'm staying, if I'm going to book any accommodation for tomorrow night. But look, I get dropped off by the bus. The bus doesn't stop in Luxembourg. It keeps on going to Belgium. So if I fall asleep, maybe I'll end up in Belgium. That'd be interesting. I mean, as I said, I haven't booked any accommodation, so it could end up in Belgium. I mean, I guess that's the excitement I find of travel, is the spontaneousness. I can't even say that. Spontaneous. The spontaneousness of, no plans and just choose your own adventure. Like, will I go left, will I go right? And that's pretty much what I did today. Left, right, and ended up seeing some really cool stuff. And I probably hit all the touristy spots anyway. Yeah. So Luxembourg, yep. We'll start a Luxembourg diary, chapter 3. No, tomorrow will be France diaries, chapter 3. And then we'll go into Luxembourg. And then I'm going to be in Luxembourg for a couple of days. And then we're We're going to get a train back to France. I'm going to stay with my friend Adriana's sister. She lives in Paris. And yeah, because I'm flying out of Paris on Monday. In a week's time. Oh my God, I've still got a week. I have still a week. That's exciting. Anyway, so yeah, I have still got a week left in Europe, and then I've got to go home and work. But anyway, that's all right. That's exciting. So anyway, tonight I have to pack my bag because I have to leave this establishment. I'm going to drop my bag at my friends and then go about my business doing the things. And then I'll come back in that evening and then, catch the bus down to the bus stop and, catch the overnight bus. I believe it's if it's 10:30 and we get there at 3:30. So what is it? 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. So 5 hours. So 5 hours to Luxembourg. Let's see what Luxembourg has to offer. That's kind of, exciting. Anyway, stay tuned. Tomorrow I will talk about what I did tomorrow, naturally, which I think will be exciting. I think, seeing the Eiffel Tower look-alike, which is a communication center, and there's old streets. I love old towns, and love that. So I'm really looking forward to tomorrow. That will be fun. Today was awesome too. The day before that was awesome. And the day before that was awesome too. So look, love your life. Every day's an adventure. And, I'm not saying that you need to be spontaneous as me and just book a trip to Europe just because your friend got married. You can have adventures at home. Go to a little region that you haven't been to. I mean, some people don't even do discoveries in their own backyard. Like, have they been, have a picnic at the local park, ride a bike, seeing things on different angles too. Like when you walk, you see a different angle. When you drive, when you ride a bike, you see different angles. So, just experience things in different ways. I mean, it doesn't always have to be traveling overseas and counting countries like I'm doing currently. That's not normal for me. Like, honestly, this year, 2025, has been pretty cool. I've been to Indonesia, I went to Singapore, and then I went to Samoa, and then I'm literally in France, and I'm about to go to Luxembourg. That is not like a normal month for me. Not even a normal year. Like, I haven't traveled overseas for like the last 4 years. And then bang, I've done, 3 trips this year. And then last year I went to Ibiza and Taiwan. So yeah, it's not a normal thing. But anyway, I'm going. I've had enough. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.